Okay, today's adventure brings us to Louisburg, North Carolina. There is a country club road here that has been here since 1918 at least. And I circled it in red at the end because that is a likely spot for a dump, because it's, a quarter mile out of town and it was a dirt road at the time. So it looks like this now. Here's the end of the road. So let's get out there and check it out and see if we can find a dump. Okay, that piece of land didn't produce any results. It was at least 100 acres and I spent about an hour walking several miles and looking high and low, but I didn't find anything. But I am on the other side of town now and I believe I have located a privy. It's on a lot I've tried several times before, but this is a different area. And there's a privy right there, so let's open it up and have a look. Okay, I was hoping it wasn't going to be another 1940s privy, but it sort of looks like it is. As you can see, that's his Duraglass, and that is definitely 40s or maybe even 50s. Okay, it has an O in Illinois and a 2. I think that means 1952. That is not good. I decided not to give up, and look what I was rewarded with. Well, it's not a reward, but it's much older. It's a cork top. It might be from 1925, but that's a whole lot older than 1952. Okay, we got a bunch of bottles showing up here. Oh, damn, that one's got a plastic screw cap. That's obviously 1952 as well. And that's probably about the same. And here's another one that's obviously the same age. Why was that one old one mixed in with all these newer ones? Okay, got a couple more coming out. A drinking glass. Well, that might be worth $1. Just $124 more to go to make my quota. Well, I just probed it a bunch of times now that I'm down to 2.5 foot level, so I thought I'd hit a layer of bottles down there, but I didn't. I think I'm going to quit on this one because all the bottles seem to be at the 1.5 to 2 foot level, and they're all so modern. So I'm going to look for another spot. Well, I found this while I fell in the hole, and I guess it's some kind of an electrical, I don't know what, but actually has some embossing on it. Alpha, I don't know, but that's definitely got to be worth a few dollars, maybe even 5 or 6. I also found this. I don't know what it is, but I think it's made out of brass or copper, so I'll bring it home. Well, that's good enough. Well, I just probed right here and found another privy on the first poke. So it's got to be older than the early 50s. So I mean, 1942 is the prime age for milk bottles, and milk bottles from this town are very valuable. So let's open it up and hope for the best. I found this figurine, and looks like a black person. But anyway, I have a change of heart because I'm thinking this whole entire area is filled in embankment, because this is kind of a weird piece of land that has some weird contours to it. So I'm thinking people just threw trash here in the 50s because they wanted to level out the land. So I don't think it's worth digging. Well, I just got back from a walk in the woods. I must have walked about a mile. Another giant piece of land that had about 100 acres. This lamb jar, I left about a dozen of them. There's a larger size, but that was the medium size, and that was the only one I found. And a can, and a few more junk, a few more common cobalt bottles, but as long as they're worth $2, then I'll bring them back. Okay, on my long walk, I discovered some obvious privies. There's one. There's another one. Here's another one. And here's another one. And here's a super obvious one. So I got my work cut out for me. Got 5 privies at least to dig. I think I should start on this one. Okay, I'm down there 2.5 feet. And I'm probing it, and I hear a bottle right there. So that's about another 9 or 10 inches deep, so let's keep going. Well, there it is, the first bottle. At least it's worth a few dollars. You don't see too many of these compared to the big jars. So that could be from the mid-40s. It looks like a base of an oil lamp. Who knows how old that is and how old it was when they threw it away. Okay, now we got a Lysol bottle. I can tell by the shape. I'm sure most of you can too. It's also probably late 40s. Well, that's pretty much it. I give up, and I'm pretty much finished with it, but I'm leaving it because it's just too modern. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't think I want to mess with these newer privies. But while I was walking back to the car, I see another bottle. So obviously just a square one, but it's worth a couple or $3 anyway. Well, we got sort of a dump. It's a little bit older than all the rest. I mean, it's late 40s, obviously. Well, maybe early 50s too, but beats the heck out of all the other trash pits, or trash piles I should say, because they were from the 60s and 70s. Okay, I see this one. It's another $3 bottle. It's embossed. One of the blue plates, Fine Foods. So yeah, those will eventually sell for $3, I think. Now we're in the old side of town. The house looks like it might be from the 1840s. But over here we have a bunch of woods. And there's a big depression in the ground.